Hi everyone, welcome back to my art channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am revisiting a concept that I did, a few months ago now, where I took Amsterdam pearl paints and I mixed them with regular colors to see if they would show up. But I did not pour any dark base on the canvas before I did so. I did it, I think, as a straight pour. And the colors, they came out really cool looking, but they didn't have that same kind of pearlescent shimmer, that iridescent type shimmer that they have when I do them on a dark base. So instead of pouring a puddle of black paint, this time I painted the canvas black. So I painted this last night. It is just painted with regular Amsterdam oxide black. I took, not this one, the other one is soaking, but I took basically just a Liquitex brush, brushed it on across. Some of the hairs are coming out of that one. Brushed it on across, and then I took a soft bristled brush and cross-hatched back over it until it was super smooth and it's a super thin layer on there. So I'm not going to use any black paint to puddle it, but I want to see if it's going to be any different, if it's going to show up any different. And I'll try to, if I remember, post a picture of the other painting that I did so you can see like a little comparison of the two. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I absolutely love experimenting. This one made me like so happy when I was like, ooh, I have time to try this one. So let's paint. All right, so I have pearl, and when I mean pearl, I mean it's white in the tube, Amsterdam acrylics. It's pearl. This is pearl green, and you can see it right there. It is a green shimmery color. I do have a couple more experiments now. I want to do one where I puddle them and puddle the color underneath the pearl, maybe even on a dark base and a light base. And then I also want to do one where I leave it white, so kind of like in these jugs, but I'm gonna add a dab of black to each color and see if that brings out the true pearl color. So I still have lots of experiments with this. This has been really fun. And if you've worked with them or have any, anything you'd like to share, feel free to do so in the comments as well. All right, so this last time it looked like Easter colors, so I thought that was really cool. So I'm gonna start the purple. This violet color is so pretty. I didn't add a ton of paint to the pearl mixture. So I used, I would say maybe like a teaspoonful of paint in this mixture, and the rest of it is the pearl paint mixed with pouring medium. And the color I added was mixed with pouring medium as well. Whew. Okay. I had like a lot to tell you on this one. All right, so I'm gonna start with the purple down in the bottom. And these paints are a little bit thicker, hopefully so that they can hold their shape. Is that enough purple? Is that enough purple? I don't know. Okay, so what color do I want to do next? I'm going to separate my yellow and my purple and my red and my green. So I guess that means I need to do, maybe I'll do like this. Now I'll set them in order so that I remember. Then my red. Then my green. Oh, I said no. No, no, no. Ah! Ah! My yellow. Then my green. Yes, yes. Because if the yellow and green mix together, it'll give me a more lime color. If the red and yellow mix together, it'll give me more of an orange color, so I'm totally fine with those. And for the colors that I mixed, I used a dark purple and a dark green this time. I used azo yellow, so I used sap green, blue violet. I used ultramarine blue, I believe, in this one, pyrrole red, and then azo yellow deep for the colors. Before I forget. Okay, now I'm going to do another layer with these. Okay. Yep. I'd almost forgotten it already. Okay, my yellow next. I labeled them this time so that I wouldn't forget. All right. Almost the perfect amount of paint, and I'll finish it back off with purple. How about that? Oh my goodness, look at this cup. How pretty is that cup? Yes. So one thing I want to see is, did I give this background enough time to dry properly? It's a super thin layer, so I don't think that it will come up, but sometimes if you gesso a painting or paint a painting with this underlayer, the paints are wet and sometimes the paint will kind of pull up off of the canvas. So I'm going to see if that happens. And I want to see if these colors show up kind of pretty and shimmery. So I'm going to do it as a straight pour for this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it as a straight pour. All right. So I'm going to, where do I want to pour out of? I think I'm going to pour out of this side. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? I'm just going to jiggle it a little bit. Move my hand a little bit. Still coming out. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, here's that last little bit. It's still coming. Whew. Okay. Okay. I like it. It's very pretty. Let's take a look at the inside of that cup. What? Gorgeous. All right, well, let me see if there's any air bubbles. Just a couple, but that's okay. I am going to put on my gloves. Oh, they're stuck together. They're stuck together. I reuse my gloves over and over again. I didn't put them right side up this time, must be. Okay. All right. Yeah, this one's, I like this one. That purple is really, really pretty. Some of it's going to go off the edge, but then I'm hoping that like the color stretches out a little bit. Okay. All right, here we go. Just going to circle this on around first. Ooh, look at that. Not trying to go off the edge quite yet. I feel like now might be time. It might be time. The final little piece there. I almost feel like just coming straight back to this edge. First, letting that drip down, bringing it back to this corner over here. I don't want to lose all those beautiful striations on the side though. Okay, trying to save it, trying to save it. Oh, that center is really pretty. Y'all, this canvas is heavy. Okay, is it over the edge? It's getting there. Okay, now I want to bring it back. Figure out where I want that center. Ooh, that is pretty. Okay, did I get all the sides? Oh, got this one corner. I'll have to get that in a minute. What do we think? I think if it stayed this color, okay, well, this color is coming out like a chocolatey brown color. I do not want to drip that. So I don't know that I'll be able to scrape my table, but I actually don't have that much paint left over. All right, so what do we think? I don't know how these sides are gonna come out either. Man, that is, I love this area right here. I feel like that's gonna dry translucent and the colors are gonna show through really pretty. I love that it's linear right here and kind of wavy on this side. The pink and the red, they're overlapping each other. Yeah, I really like this one. Even if it dries just like this and doesn't get any like darker or more metallic, this is really pretty. Whew, I'm happy. Okay, I'm going to torch this, fix my sides, take you in for the close-ups, and then we'll see how it dries. Look at this. So here, it looks super pastel and super light right now. So I do want to see, is this going to dry this way? Or is it going to be more metallic when it dries? And then this is the part I was talking about in the center. That center is super cool. And then this part right here. I think those colors are going to overlay it and kind of shine bright. Oh, so cool. All right, so let's see. I have lots of ideas if painting the canvas works pretty well. All right, so on for more experiments. I'll show you how this one dries. Okay, here it is. Now, I would say that this is successful. It definitely kept the colors darker. I would say like true to color. The other one was extremely light, but I will say I like just the pearls on the black base instead of mixing the colors in. I think I like that better. But it is still very pretty. You can kind of see, let me see if I can, you can kind of see the shimmer a little bit. That center, look at that. That is, I still think that is super cool. But yeah, I think I am going to stick with not mixing in the colors. One other thing that I haven't tried yet is just doing the pearls with the painted black base. So I still have lots more experiments to do. But this one was fun. They're always learning experiences for me, for sure. And the colors are super pretty. The center is really cool. But it's fun to play around. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Happy painting. Bye.